Hi there, Gary Jenkins again, wanting to speak to you about my road to recovery from redundancy. And I want to talk a moment about success. Success is literally, as Earl Nightingale said, the progressive realization of a worthwhile ideal. And I know a lot of people like to say success is money, success is fame, success, but that isn't what success is. Success is literally the progressive realization to an ideal outcome that you're seeking. And there is no failure unless you stop in that process. I want to just take a moment. You know, Henry Ford wanted an 8-cylinder engine for his vehicle. They knew how to make 4-cylinder ones, they knew how to make a straight 6-cylinder, but they didn't know how to make an 8-cylinder V8 engine. And Henry Ford, in his mind, could conceive that such an engine would be in his cars. The scientists, the engineers, the best design people of the day said it was impossible, but Henry Ford said, no, just keep working on it. I believe that we will develop it. It will happen. I can see it in my mind that we will have one in my cars. 6 months later, the scientists all came back. We've tried everything. We've tried every material we could think of, etc., but can't do it. It's impossible. Henry Ford says, nope, I will have a V8 engine. I will have that. I can see it in my mind. It will exist. And they kept coming back every 6 months for 18 months, telling him no success. Finally, 2 years later, they come back to Henry Ford and said, would you like to come down and see your V8 engine? And we now have the modern V8s and the modern V6s, etc., all because Henry Ford believed, knew that this was a worthy and worthwhile pursuit to reach the goal of a V8 engine. Same thing is said about Edison and the light bulb. 10,000 failed experiments until the 10,000th was the first one. Somebody asked him, what do you know about the light bulb? Will you ever make one? He says, well, I know about 10,000 ways not to. But he finally made it. And we all are beneficiaries of that electric light bulb that was developed so long ago. And I just want to talk about, I went to Arizona State University, and I want to talk about a graduate of that school. His name was Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson played baseball at Arizona State University, and he was a top draft pick into the professional baseball leagues in the United States. But the thing about Reggie Jackson that everybody talks about is what a successful batting career he had. He had 563 home runs in his career. 563. Very few people have surpassed that in the history of baseball. And up to the point when he did it, nobody had done that. But what people don't talk about is how many times he went up to bat and he failed. He went up to bat 2,597 times and struck out. Didn't get a hit, didn't get wood on the ball, didn't get onto a base, but nobody's talking about how many times he failed. They only talk about the times when he hit the ball out of the park and was able to run around every base and make a home run. And because of that, anybody else who was standing on bases got to come in too for a home run. And he, for a long time, was a home run king. There's only been 13 seasons where he was in the top 10 of batters. But his entire career made him number one for the most strikeouts of any player ever in history. Now, Reggie Jackson, if after his first 200-300 strikeouts says, that's it, not going to play baseball, not going to try to hit that ball as hard as I can, I'm not going to try to do whatever it is that made him such a successful baseball player, just said, I quit, I go home, nobody would ever talk about him. Nothing remarkable. Success is the worthwhile progression to a worthy ideal. Think about it. And I wish you all the success to your worthy ideal. If you like what I have to say, please subscribe. Give me a couple clicks on the old thumbs up things so that people will know that you like what I'm doing, and it really helps with the analytics. Thank you much.